create more content, write more content, develop more podcasts, blah, 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 blah. That is what oftentimes you will hear in the content marketing industry. There are tons of gurus, tons of specialists, tons of strategists that will tell you that content is king and that you need to create more content. And that's really all you need to do to be successful in 2020 in your business, in your organization. But here's the truth. It takes a lot more than that. You just can't create content and expect people to come visiting your site in waves of traffic and visitors. It doesn't work that way. Don't get me wrong, at the same time, I do believe that creating content is important, that you need to create great content, but let's not kid ourselves. If nobody sees that content, does it really matter? The same way, if a tree falls down in the woods and nobody's around, there's no animals around, does it really matter? No, because it doesn't impact anything. So what I believe you need to understand, and what I believe a lot of people in this industry need to embrace, is the fact that you can't just create content and call it a day. We need to shift our mindset out of this world of cream where content rules everything around me, and embrace the dream, which is the idea that distribution rules everything around me. And in this video, I'm going to share with you Spitfire mode, 20 different distribution tips that you can use in your business to distribute your content more effectively. Let's get to it. All right, 20 distribution tips off the top of the head. Let's go. First distribution tip, you have to upload your content after you publish it to your site a few days later to medium.com. Once you've uploaded that content to medium.com, you are going to find a publication that is related to your industry, and you are going to submit it to that publication for distribution through their site. Make sure that you use the import functionality within Medium, so that way you get a canonical link back to your site. I'm going to stay on the Medium one for number 2. You're also going to go to medium.com, and you are going to publish a snippet of your blog post with different content, different language, to make sure it's not duplicate content. You are then going to upload an image at the bottom of your post that is going to be a CTA driving to your original blog post, and you're going to publish that on your Medium account, and you're going to tag it with highly popular and relevant tags. That's my second tip. Third tip, you know that blog post that you wrote that has tons of copy? You're going to take some of the key points in that blog post and you're going to turn it into a Slideshare presentation. You're going to upload that deck to Slideshare, and then you're going to distribute that Slideshare presentation across your social media accounts with a link going back to the original piece saying, if you want more, check out the article. Now that you've created this asset for Slideshare, you have a ton more opportunities that you can do with it. You're now going to take the various images in that blog post, screenshot them, go back to medium.com. You're going to upload every single slide one by one in a Medium post. You're then going to publish that to a different distributor or a different publication that never got that first one, but has a very similar audience to who you would have wanted to reach in the first place. Once that piece is in front of that publication, they're going to be met with a visual graphics place. Make sure every single slide has your branding on it in some way. They're met with that publication. That publication is met with that asset that you've developed, and they're going to share it. They're going to engage with it as well. And guess what? At the bottom, you have a link that's driving to your original piece. Okay, now you have all these creative assets. What do you do with all those images? You're going to share them on LinkedIn. You're going to share them on Twitter. You're going to share them on Facebook. You're going to share them across all the social media channels that you can. And that's going to also include a link to your page. Use a site like Buffer or Hootsuite. That's going to give you the opportunity to have even more reach with your content. Okay, I think we're at about 6. I think I've had 6 so far. So the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to think about, okay, I've got all these graphics, I've got all these visuals, let's turn them into a PDF and upload them to LinkedIn as a file. LinkedIn recently announced that you can upload files to their site. Now that they have allowed that, they're giving a lot of love to people who upload files. So upload the file to LinkedIn, press publish, and share it with your audience. And don't forget to comment or share directly in the caption a link to the original post. Now we're at about 8. Okay, so what can you do now? You're going to look for your audience and understand what channels are they spending time on that are not necessarily a social media channel, but are inside of these social media channels, like a Facebook group. Are they spending time in a specific Facebook group? Let's say I'm trying to connect with sales pros. I'm going to go to Facebook, I'm going to type in sales professionals, and I'm going to find a Facebook group that is dedicated to those people. Once I'm in that Facebook group. I'm going to have some conversations. I'm going to get familiar with the people in there. I'm going to drop a few value bombs on people and talk about things that are relevant to them if they're asking questions, etc. And then I'm going to look for the opportunity to see that blog post, that article that I developed, or even the SlideShare into a message that shows up in one of those communities. I'm going to drop that in there. I'm going to link to it, let them click on it, and let them go and visit my site directly from there. We're at 9. I'm going to do the same on a site like Slack. There's Slack communities all over the world. If you have not noticed, Slack is no longer just a place for you to communicate as an employee. It's actually a gathering place for a lot of people with like-minded interests. You can do a quick Google search for Slack communities about sales, and you will probably find a ton of Slack communities about sales. You go into those communities, you seed your content again. Next, you're going to go over to a channel like Reddit, and you're going to go to a subreddit like Our Sales, and you're going to take that content that you've developed and you're going to submit it to that community. Number 11, you realize that just submitting that content to the community might not work for every single subreddit. So what are you going to do? You're going to look at the communities and the top posts, and you're going to analyze and look for a comment or a question that somebody is asking about a certain thing. You're going to respond to that question with so much value, so much information, so much insight, that they don't even feel bad when at the end of your article or throughout your article you're making reference to links that you have already created that are off of Reddit that are on your own homepage and on your blog. That's the next tip. Number 12. Have you heard of a site called Quora? Quora is an amazing site that generates a significant amount of traffic. Google loves Quora. I think there was a stat that I recently read where Quora is in the top 20 websites generating traffic from Google. That's massive. What does it mean for you? You're going to look for questions that are related to your industry, to your space, and to the piece that you just developed, and answer those questions while plugging the article and the asset that you developed. Now we're on number 12. Okay, so what else can you do with this? You need to go back to your email newsletter, of course, and send out a blast to everybody who has subscribed on your newsletter in the past, letting them know that this piece has gone live. 14, you're also going to take those people who have subscribed to your newsletter and use remarketing ads across LinkedIn, Facebook, and a variety of other channels to show them this piece and let them know that this piece is live. So they'll click on it, they'll visit it, and they'll read that content. 15, you're also going to look for niche forums that are not just things like Reddit and Quora. You're going to go out and look for sales forums, and you're going to go into these forums and you're going to do the exact same thing where you add immense amounts of value to these communities by plugging your assets. Next, we're at 16, I think, maybe. You're going to go to Instagram. You're going to upload this content to your story. You're going to click the link and you're going to upload the link there. You're also going to do a feed post on Instagram that's going to actually take some of those slides and let people swipe through so they can see some of the snippets. And then on the last frame, you're going to say, click the link in our bio if you want more. I think we're at 17 now. Another asset idea that you can do to distribute your content is simple. You're going to send out some tweets, but in those tweets, you're actually going to have a Twitter storm. So you're going to send out one tweet and it's going to talk about the asset. Then below that, you're going to have a chain of tweets that are relevant to the piece that you created, just sharing some key points, maybe even taking some of those images that you developed with that slide presentation and feeding them into your Twitter storm. What other assets can you do? What else can you do there? I think we're at 18. Snapchat. So Snapchat is another great place. You're going to hold up your phone, you're going to look into the camera, and you're going to say, hey everyone, I just published this new piece. I would love to get your thoughts on it. Check it out. You're going to share that. 19, you're going to create a YouTube video. In that YouTube video, you're not going to give away all of the answers to your question. You're simply going to look into the camera and you're going to say, hey everyone, I just created a blog post, I just created an article, and it's about this topic. Click the link below in our description to get the full piece. Check it out. I'd love to hear what you think. You're then going to hit that up to your entire subscriber list. They're all going to see it, they're going to engage with it, and they're going to love it. I'm doing the same thing here. Click the link below and you can get 85 different distribution techniques that go far and beyond what I've just talked about so far in this video. Click the link below. It is amazing. 85 distribution tips completely for free that you can download. Now, my 20th tip. 20th tip is also going to be related to LinkedIn. I'm a B2B guy, so I love LinkedIn. You're going to create a video and you're going to say, hey LinkedIn, it's Ross, and I just announced a new blog post, a new piece of content that I think you would love. Check out the link below. I break down this, that, and the other thing. You share that on your LinkedIn, LinkedIn loves video, your audience is gonna love video. You have that link below in that content, you distribute it, and you will get traffic from LinkedIn as well. I think that's about 20. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, or if there's any distribution tips that I may have missed either in this video or in the list below, please hit me up. I'd love to update this list and make sure that it's kind of evolving from 2019 to 2020 to 2021, etc., etc. I want to make sure that everybody is equipped with the assets and the checklists that they need to distribute their content very well. My name is Ross Simmonds with Foundation Marketing. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know. And as always, don't forget to check out rossimmonds.com, the only place where I'm constantly delivering content that will help you generate more leads and as a result, live more life. See you next time.